All right, guys, back at it with the Ohio State Championships. This is a CSI BCA event. This is match number 5, and I've gotten through a bunch of people now, and after that first loss in round 1, just had to try to find a way to level out and keep my head and find my game. Coming up against Jerry, who at the time of this competition was a 533. I haven't looked him up since then, I don't know what he is now, but yeah, he was a 533 when I ran into him. So basically a 100 point difference in Fargo, because I was a 633, I think, actually, on the day of the tournament. I seem to remember something about a Fargo difference of 100 points. This might have just been in a forum, so I don't know how accurate it is, but someone said something about a 100 point difference in Fargo basically means like 2-1 games. Looks like Jerry didn't like the opening shot here with the 1 ball, so just sort of chips it down table. He does leave me a look at it, so I think I'll probably just return the safe. I can't imagine I go aggressive here, but early stages in the match, you have to try to choose your pace and how aggressive you want to be. If I have enough of the 1 ball, I'll probably just try to put him down under the 9, send the 1 ball up table towards the 3. Looks like I do. Otherwise, you come thin off the 1 ball this way, send the cue ball up table that way. But I think my tempo, my pace felt pretty good, especially after getting through those last 2 guys. And having a couple break-and runs in that most recent set as well. It's just a good set. Just played well. This worked out pretty well. I give him a piece of the 1 ball. I think he can get into the backside of it. I don't know. It looks like he might have enough of it to make it, actually. He's going to track the cue ball up table towards the 8, or maybe past the 8 into the 6. So we'll see how aggressive he wants to be. But those first few shots, this is something I'm working on just in general with my game, is settling into that stroke and kind of the tempo work that I've been doing, that sort of thing. Just when you have the opportunity, fully shoot the ball in, don't try to roll it in as much. You're going to get more comfortable, you're going to relax. Called it in the side, so if he's going for this sort of like crazy extreme back cut, yeah, I don't know, maybe he had more of it than I thought. This lines up pretty nice. I should be able to roll down into the 4 ball to stop me on the 3. It might be too thin on the 1 to... It's pretty thin. Yeah, it looks like I just want to roll through. Getting down past the shot line on the 3 would be good. You want to be over here so that it takes you over towards the 4. Let's see if I can settle into this one. This is touchy. Really easy kind of roll shot. Hardly any backswing at all. Wow, no rail. Yeah, I think I did rearrange the 4. I think it rolled into the 4 and didn't put enough into the 1 ball to make it. Tough. That's a tough way to open up. So clearly not settled. It's interesting, right? Like that the momentum, the confidence from the previous sets wouldn't come into play, like wouldn't translate into this one. I like what he's doing here. He wants to get back enough on the 3 to get over for the 4. He's got good composure at the table. I didn't know Jerry, I'd never met him before. And I don't know if he and I said 2 words to each other during the set. But again, this was a couple months ago now. It's a good shot. Sort of like a stun across. He's got to pick his line on the 5. If the 5 passes the 7, then he can stay above it. Or he can draw back out and get below the 5 in here. And then slide across for the 6. That would probably play pretty natural. I like that jersey too. I think that's is that a Salado one? Interesting pre-shot routine, just kind of like 2 and fire. I used to think a lot about that with my pre-shot routine, like the specific amount of pre-strokes. And then especially thinking about, you know, this X number while looking at the cue ball and then X number on the object ball to fire. But the 5 ball gets away from him a little bit. It must have been thinner than he anticipated. Sent it into the 7 ball, resulting in a miss. I should be able to come straight back up, maybe a touch of inside just to get cleaner on the 6. I love how these tables play. I get pretty tidy on the 6. I'll just decide my line. Getting straight on the 8, pretty much right where the cue ball is now, would be nice to roll down for the 9. Natural to float across here for the 7, maintain an angle on the 7. I get over to the shot line, which is fine. If you're outside of the shot line here, then you go into the rail and come back across. If you cross the shot line, then you're coming out this way. Either works, but it's that thing that I've been talking about where we're just trying to really be intentional about the position play, and I don't think I did it that time. I think I would just play into big zones instead of going for more pinpoint. Yeah, using a little outside spin to sort of correct for how straight I was, but this is a good recovery. A high ball here, maybe a little bit of right spin to get me down table, but above the 9 ball's fine. Straight on the 9 ball's fine, below the 9 ball's fine. Just be intentional, right? Just pick that spot. Played it clean, out and across. I could just follow the 9 ball for the 10 in the side. Rolling it down just, you know, an inch, you could shape the 10 in the bottom left. Player preference, but I think you'd rather go to the pocket that's closer, so I see myself going in the left side pocket here. And this play is fine. Setup looks okay. Oh, man. Yeah. Kind of funny on the delivery. Trying to figure out what happened there. It wasn't very smooth. My delivery wasn't very smooth. I kind of jabbed at it. The setup looked okay. I think I was staying still. Relaxed on it just a little too much. I think just overextended my tempo. Oh, he didn't want it either. Huh. Well, you take those back, but I know that missing that previous 10 ball is going to sting for me for a minute. I'll need a good cleansing rack next time to get over that one. Everybody does it, you know, we'll miss those money balls, but it's especially weird after a good pattern play, getting through the rack, taking it from the 5 ball after his miss. Would have been great to capitalize on that, maintain that momentum, and really not allow him another opportunity. Don't let him back to the table. Template again, which was working out great for me in the last set. Gets a little knock here, kind of gets stuck. Got to anticipate some kind of push. Pushing to a jump is ambitious at my level. I normally like my jump shot, but as I explained in previous videos, for whatever reason, the jump fell off for me. I just wasn't hitting the ball. So I hadn't been practicing it. I just didn't have the touch. So I do not anticipate that I would push to a jump from here. Pushing to a kick isn't crazy though. Like, leave the cue ball down here and he can either jump at it or kick at it without much of a chance of things offensively working out great for him. Looking at pushing down table. Just don't want to push to offense. I'm just going to put him across table here. Okay, so give him a look at the 1, but this is an easy-ish return safe for him, most likely. He can send the 1 ball down and the cue ball this way, or vice versa. Yeah, he gets into it right away, so there's got to be a clear play in his mind. Just put me behind the blockers. Simple enough. No need to get crazy with it. That's the downside to a weak push, right? If I push to an easy option for him, one that doesn't cause him to sort of debate whether or not he takes it, you leave an easy safe, much less an easy shot or, you know, an offensive option. Gonna break out the one rail kick. Pretty ambitious, cutting this in the side potentially. Call it in the side, just try to ensure a good hit. Calling it in the corner. I don't know if there's really a lane for it to go in the corner. Missed it. Side note, I need a lint roller sponsorship, guys. The back of my t-shirt is distracting me. Here's another good chance for Jerry. Just handing him ball in hand. Last rack and this rack, so 2 in a row. With a bunch of work to do, right? To be clear, this is not an easy out. He'd have to negotiate the 1 ball, getting the cue ball out into here to even have a good look at the continuation on the 2. Unless he wants to play safe on the 2. This is a good play. Just clean off the long rail. Oh yeah, he swiped it. I looked away for a sec. Hopefully that's close to where it was. I didn't notice. Cue ball fouls only here though, so he stays at the table. He's got a good opportunity. He's got to make a shot on the 2, but then he can get over. No, couldn't hold it. Couldn't hold it. There goes the chalk. Yeah, I think probably the intention was pinch off the 2 and leave the cue ball over here, but he might not have had the angle to do that. If I focus on just making this 2 ball, I should end up with some kind of shape on the 3 with a shot on the 3. That could work. I do have a tendency to get a little ambitious with these and try to get too much out of the cue ball to get closer to the 3. I don't know that it's necessary here on a 7-foot table. Just focusing on making the 2 and then getting a look at the 3 would be ideal. But I might try to rip this up table or something. Yeah, see, I try to get too much out of it to get down into the 3. Got fortunate that the 2 ball is hidden. He's got a piece of it, but he doesn't have a great option. That's something I have to train out of my game longer term, is the, you know, how conservative, how aggressive, just like decision making stuff that's probably more experience than anything. Because yeah, that kind of situation, I think you just sort of cinch that 2 ball. Yeah, I think the idea was that it would maintain the 2 and get me out around the 5. But he ends up dropping me on the 2. If I can snip back and stay on the left side of the 3, then I have a good chance to put a few together here. Looking at my line on the 4. So I must have a good way to get on the 3. Gets into the 7 ball a little bit, but I guess probably as intended. Although I don't know. I might have just gotten lucky with that one, guys, because I looked at the long rail as if I was going to be able to get away from the 3. I think that was just a fortunate roll. This one's playable. A little bit of a back cut on the 3. Stun draw to go straight down the center of the table. Little too much draw, probably. But still workable on the 4. Getting good shape on the 5 is going to be tough. Because in order to play it in the bottom left, you'd have to be in here on my back. I don't know if I can hold it. So I'll probably have to go all the way around and try to end up down here. The 5's playable in the top right, but it's a weird angle unless you're reasonably straight on it. Spin that one in. Really comes out wide. 7 ball helps me out again. This one should be a pretty natural one rail safe, right? I think I should be able to get the 5 past the 6, unless I'm too flat on it, but cue ball goes into the rail and then lays up on the 6. I might be too flat on the 5 to where I can't get it past. Looking at the bank line, I'm looking at calling safe, it looks like. Gave him the little hand wave. Shooting over the 7, it's tough to send this 5 ball down the rail. Get fortunate again here that I didn't sell out an easy shot on the 5. Gonna like set it up down here in this corner. The 10 ball's there, but it's hard to make it playable. I wonder if the play here, he's actually looking at playing the 10. I wonder if the play though is you send the 5 past the 10 and the cue ball rolls past the 5 down into the short rail and up under the 10. Yeah, he's calling it. These are hard to judge. He's looking at, okay, not the cue ball off the 5. He's looking at the combo. He's finding a straight line from the 5 to the rail into the contact point of the 10. Very tough combo at distance. Yeah, 10 doesn't cooperate. How do we finish? Right on the 5. Just enough to make it awkward, though. It's hard when you're this close to the 5 to try to hold the cue ball somewhere. I might be able to dig into the cue ball low left and try to put it underneath the 10 and send the 5 up this way. And or send the cue ball into the short rail and under the 10. You're jacked up over the 10 if you try to bank the 5. You're going to come away with a look at the 6, maybe not a great shot. I just don't love the cut from here. I think it's really thin. It's hard to judge. I'm turning the cue ball loose. Bank might be the right play. Kind of jab into it, and maybe you play it short so that it lays up here on in the middle of the short rail on a miss. Looks like I'm getting stuck on this one. Calling safe. So yeah, I'm gonna try to just keep him away from the 5, just spin away from it. Just hard to control. Put a lot of pace into it. Yeah. Unfortunate collision here. Jerry's supposed to get out from here. He can rip the cue ball around the table and get up above the 6 to play it in the side. Then the rest of the out's really straightforward. Or he can take a bit more of a shot on the 6 to play it in the bottom right. Interesting. High inside, or yeah, high left to kind of correct. Worked out great. I don't think I would normally play it that way. It's kind of a cool shot. Shaping up. It is a 6-4 race, by the way. You see the scorecard over there. Anything but an 8-3, you know. that was something. Yeah. Makes sense. Pretty good break. He hit him really square. Clearly some side spin in it. But good cue ball otherwise. This is like a safety drill here. Object ball in the center of the short rail. Come out and away from it. Thin it on either side. Use the 6 for cover. Looks like I'm looking at one to, try to get out there, maybe. That's not going to do it. Way too full on the 1 ball. You might have to come 3 rails around for the 2 on the left side. It's a lot of cue ball movement. Came into the point. I think he was just trying to ensure that he had a look at the 2 to play safe. Which again is that more conservative, good level of experience kind of player. I think it's a good decision, not always super, super aggressive. I need to try to get out, control the table, and play the odds. Because getting on the 2 ball means you make it much more likely to miss the 1. Now that being said, he took the conservative route and still missed the 1, so what does that say? Gets away with it, right? If I have an edge on the 1, it's super, super thin. So I'm looking at kicking into it. This is a really hard kick. On the left side especially. Get into it from up above. Am I just above the side pocket? Yeah. Call it in the top right for fun. Yeah. Kind of medium pace here to make sure the cue ball doesn't get away from the 2. Oh. Pretty good. It's a pretty good hit. I think if I give those, if I get back to practicing, because I'm not right now, but if I get back to practicing and if I give those some serious time, the kick shots, like the accuracy with the kick shots, it could be a pretty strong part of my game. When I was heavily training, coming back after my hiatus, I just worked on sort of identifying the glaring weaknesses in my game, and that's where I spent most of my time, and that caused my game to jump up. So if you're looking at your game, you're thinking about training up and practicing and maybe having a hard time deciding what to do, run through something like the IPAT drills or the Billiards University stuff, like courtesy of Dr. Dave. So that was just a choice to intentionally foul because I knew the hit on the 1 was so tough to take away the 110 combination that he might have had with ball in hand. But yeah, use a program like that, run through something like the basic skills or fundamentals of the Billiards University stuff, which I love, and then see which one is your worst. Like, find your weakest area and spend your time there, and you're gonna notice a big improvement in your overall game. Sure, I mean, take the 210 from here. It is kind of a tricky out. Those are just so missable, man. Can't fault him for trying it, though, I guess, right? Like, you make that one, you go up 2-1. You only need 2 games, and the other guy needs 5. It's cheeky. It's a cheeky play. I might be able to get through this 2-ball and make it. Getting back away from the cluster might be tough. Touch of outside. Oh, am I going to trick myself? I don't know if the 8's in the way or not. If I'm second guessing it this much, then I should probably just pinch off the 2 and put him between the 9 and the 8 and send the 2-ball away. I use spin to get into the stack. That's fine. Yeah, if you're second guessing it that much, just hand it back. Why do I feel like he's got a good jump? Yeah, he just came up. He's ready to go. I might be mistaken. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I feel like this guy's got a very accurate jump shot. Wow, not the wrong side. Not the, he didn't hit the right side of the ball, but that was a good jump. Seven, 8's a little funny now. Could play the 2. Does the 2 go in the bottom left? Maybe it doesn't. The 2-9 plays with ball in hand, and you should be able to contain the 2-ball to leave yourself with a shot. Is there enough room between the 7 and the 9 to play the 2? That's okay, right? Don't like it. Shoot over the 4. Would rather shoot a combination of the 2 to the 9. Okay. With pace to make the 2 go towards the... Or yeah, just have everything go wrong. I think I went into it with a little pace, thinking that the 2-ball was going to move towards the top right. If you roll it in, you get stuck on the 2. Play safe and just put me under the 5, probably. He sent me across table. And I've got a very hittable 2-ball. Do I call something from here, or do I just try to make the good hit and move on? Calling it in the side. Oh, it was pretty close. But I get punished with a scratch. Okay. Okay. Goofy game. I was not aware of that line. He wants to be pretty straight on the 2. I'd rather shoot around the 9. Make sure that I'm not elevated over the 9. I guess it's not too bad from there. Roll up a little bit for the 3. Probably not that much. Because a stop shot on the 3 puts you on the 4. And then you come across table between the 9 and the 7 for the 5. You know, he wanted to be sort of here. Cleans up the line a little bit. So yeah, pretty much immediately he's in a tough spot. He has to decide, geez, if he's playing for the window between the 7 and the 8 to be able to hit the 4. I think a lot of players would try to do this. Come off the 3 and go down and up. Out and around. Well, he can see it. It's far away. He's on the rail. Kind of unfortunate here, but also kind of fortunate to come away with a look at it with all that pace. He was tracking towards the 6-ball. Just roll this in if you trust your stroke. Yeah, just off slightly. So I'm awkward on the backside of this 4 ball, but I should be able to just get across it. If it's full enough on the 4, I should be able to hold it to stay on the right side of the 5. Do I have to go out and across? Yeah, I guess I did. This works out. The 7 and the 8 are still a little weird, right? Getting from the 6 to the 7 could be tough. But this is a very makeable 5-ball. Maybe it's the sort of low outside to spin out and around. Does that send you right into the 7? Or do you try to go high inside? Go on the right side of the 7 and the 8? Spun it out. I used sort of like a high outside just to make sure that I got up table between the 9 and the 7, but spun the 5 out. I'm getting away with it this time. Yeah, it makes sense to call it there. 1 or 2 rails could work. If you do the 2 rail, then you're going into it a little deeper to try to hit the 5 on the way back up. Oh, 1 rail. You got into it pretty good. I think I have this line. I should be able to make this 5-ball. Kind of similar tip position to last time, right? High outside to get out and around the 10. See if I found my stroke. Didn't need to roll into the 10, but that's okay. Getting into the short side of the 7 is probably a tall order for me at this point. So yeah, I think I'll look to come out and around and land down here for the 7 in the side. This is a shot. This kind of same setup with the cue ball and the object ball is something that I will try to practice in warm-ups on a table. So I should know what I'm doing here. Nope, I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna scratch too. Yeah. Yep, I cursed myself, guys. I do this one when I warm up. I should know what I'm doing. Womp. He wants to get short side on the 7. It's hard to get bad on the 7 ball as long as you stay on this side of it. But you want to be close to straight into it. A little above it is okay, a little below it's okay. It's a wide window. I wonder if he was playing for the cueing over the side pocket like that to give himself a little more room, because he knew he'd more or less be on the rail. But here again, I mean, Jerry's supposed to get out. It's only game 3. Doesn't it feel like we've been playing for a long time? And he didn't want it. And he leaves me tough again. I think that's why these games are taking so long, because neither of us wants to get out. And then when we miss, more often than not, I'd be curious to actually see the numbers on that, but it seems like more often than not, we're hooking each other. Let's see if I can come up with something cool here. Make this 7 ball and get on the 8. This is not a terrible kick shot layout. My system's been pretty reliable. I think I'm a favorite to make contact with the 7, if not make it. Let's see. looking pretty focused. Let's see if he's got it. I think the 1 rail or the 2 rail could be valid here. Oh, he got it. Nice. All right, take a breath. There it is. Maybe I'll figure this out. Just roll this ball, right? Yeah, just roll this up. Got plenty of room. Little lap there. Take a lap just for like some composure. Another breath. Stay still. Roll this in. You shoot pretty straight. That's fine. That's gonna go. It didn't go. I'm trying to reverse the curse. I'm trying to talk myself into it. You're not gonna win shooting like that, man. That's pool though, you know. Do something awesome on the 7 ball and then you do something silly on the 8 ball. Yeah, should just be able to pinch this in. Nothing crazy. I mean, you know, overrolled it a little bit, but this is workable. That'll do. I'm down 2-1. Seven ball's gonna go. The 1 gets gunked up. Maybe a natural safe option here. Go into the 1 ball, out and back. Leave the 1 kind of where it is if the 3 ball stops it, and then put the cue ball back behind the 6 and the 2. Checking to see if the 1-3 is wired anywhere. It doesn't appear to be. I think coming back across is the right play. Went into it with a little pace. Shuffles things a little more than necessary probably, but got away with it. And this might have turned out to be a tough kick. I think maybe the 6 and the 2 take away the natural 1 rail. Getting into it this way. 5 ball probably plays pretty big. Don't know if he's got the lane between the 3 and the 8. Maybe he does with spin. He might have this edge of the 1 just to make a good hit. It's hard to tell from here. He's got his jump cue, so this might be a jump kick. Call the 8. It'd be really cool. Or calling the 1, I guess. Nice. Good contact, good return. He's got jumps. Now I'm gonna have to spin at this 1 ball. Kick's there. You could come across at this one. Kick is certainly there. I don't know about the 2 rail kick. Just feels like maybe the 10 is going to be in the way, unless I go below it. 1 rail kick coming across just above the side pocket. A little bit of running spin. Call it in the corner just in case it wants to play like the 7 ball did. Should be an easy speed. You don't want to hit this too firm. Got into it though. Good return. Didn't give up anything too simple. It probably does play to the top left. I feel like it's got enough room. But if not, we might just see him safe again. It's been a sort of contentious back and forth in this set, right? Some sort of fortunate, unfortunate misses, and then some middling safety play. I don't think there's been anything too crazy with the safes. There's the Nepa Bookapole guy up there. Jersey gave me fits. Yeah, I think he tried to cut it, and it wasn't available. All right, man. Try to make more than 3 in a row. Does the 2 have a lane? Or do I have to try to slide across, shape the 2 in the bottom left? The 3's kind of gross too. This would be a sporty out if I make something happen here. But I don't know. It's been kind of a weird set for me so far. Yeah, slide across. Didn't get a lot out of it. My composure looks okay though. I don't look super flustered. It's just, you know, crunchy, right? Like I haven't really found my rhythm. By the way, while I'm thinking, because I'm going to do a lot of that apparently, this is, as far as the bracket is concerned, this is the second to last match on the loser side of the first bracket. And then if you make it through that first bracket, then you go to the finals bracket. Calling safe. Try to roll him on the 6. That's okay. Didn't really get him on the 6. Limiting his options at least, but not strong. I gave him the whole ball, didn't I? So he could have just hit a stop shot. This is going to work out. He could have just hit a stop shot on the 2 and sent it around the same way. I think he was trying to put me under the 6. This would be a very natural jump if I knew how to jump. I might attempt it though. By this point in the tournament, have I figured out that I can still dart? Looks like I'm going for my cue. I probably have figured that out. Let's see. But body's going to be blocking it. Did I get over it? I think I did. Yeah, I give him a wave. All right, well, I mean, made a good hit. Came away with a good position for myself. The 2 ball's hittable, but man, it's hard to make something happen here. Go into the long rail first and kick it across table and try to cross bank it in the corner is probably a shot on a pool table. Otherwise, easier hit, safer hit is probably going into the short rail here to hit it that way. I need this rack though. I gotta get back in the set. A lot of work to do from here to 6. Yeah, good hit. Yeah, no love. I mean, I wonder what the plan was there. Try to just separate and move the cue ball. See if I can get into a rhythm, start to make some. I have to sort of punch this across, slide off the 2 and come back out. Man, not feeling it. You just can't rely on that at this level, this deep into the tournament. I mean, these guys, they've been winning some matches. You can't give up that 2-ball. I was trying too hard to get the cue ball back across for the 3. Good conservative play here. Just make sure that he's got to look at the 3. Can't imagine he goes after the combo from here. Probably just send a safe again. Is there a lane for the bank? Feels like the 6 is in the way. Yeah, this is a thinker. Let's see how he hides it. I like that choice. Try to put it behind the 4, but leaks out. He left me a shot on the side. You have to be careful about the scratch, depending on how thin you go into the 3. But there's a lot of table down here that gives you a look at the 4 if you can get the 3 down. I have to see if I try to go into the short rail or the long rail. Or the way things have been going, probably just scratch and give him ball in hand from here. Yep, just missed the ball. Man, how do I figure this out? Maybe rush that one a little bit? Delivery seemed okay. The pace was okay. Didn't miss it by too much. And again, I leave him in a bad spot. I kind of get away with it. Man, if he's got an edge, it's super thin. Or he's going rail first. Just try to send it across. Yeah, he had an edge. Combo plays a little funny from here. There's a safe, right? A pretty natural safe of just rolling the 3 past the 4 and leave the cue ball on the 4. If you play the combo, the 4 goes in and then the 3 is sent this way. You just have to play it with the right speed to shape the 3. So that could work. You're sending the 3 towards the 5. I don't hate it. I don't know if I've got the confidence to play it right now based on how things have been going. Sometimes you got to go for it, though. Yeah, not quite. He's a little funny on the 3 ball, but he should be able to get down table to get below the 4. Yeah. That's nice. It's a good recovery. A little bit of work to do to get back out away from the 8, but it's a big enough window between the 9 and the 10. Does he have to kind of like stun draw off this? Or can he just go straight across? He was going to go straight out, just overhit it. Hard to judge that. He's sort of jacked up, right? That's a tough shot. Just kind of roll into this from the short rail. This is a good chance for me. I've got a nice angle. I should be able to just float out. You got to win this game, man. Came out really wide. That's okay. Chance to recover. I think I just played it, make the pocket a little bigger that way. Not settled. But this one could settle me. If I hit this well, maybe just force follow in, short rail to the long rail. You really don't have to do too much here to get good shape on the 8. You could certainly just, roll the 6 in and bounce up off the short rail a little bit, or even stun off it. But I think at this point, I'd be forgiven for just wanting to roll in the 6 ball and ensure that I'm making the ball. Problem is, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the 8. You want to be pretty straight on the 8 to land on the 9. So probably the calculation here is take a bit more of a risk on the 6 to get tidy shape on the 8. This should be fine. This should be close to a stop shot. And even shooting off the rail like this, I usually like my stroke to land me there. Just kind of pinch that in. If I put these together, that should settle me a little bit too. Just a crunchy set. Not bad. Don't take this silly side pocket shot for granted, man. Better make this one. All right. Let's get it going. Good break. Give me ball in hand. Oh! 10 ball's got to get spotted. And he's all kinds of behind the 2. I wonder if you just push into the 5 ball. I'm curious what he does here. Push into the 5 and you don't really want to leave a long offensive option, right? Maybe just a piece of the 1, like the backside of the 1. He's got a very animated thinking mode that he goes into, like the hand on the hip and the tapping of the toe. He's like an NPC animation or something. How do we push from here? Push to a jump because he knows he can jump. He's seen me jump though. He doesn't know that I don't know how to jump. I probably just shoot this one. Yeah, he just gave me a shot. It's not great, but this is another opportunity. You make this one, you're gonna level out a little bit, and then you should be able to get below the 4 or above the 4. I mean, it plays from both sides, right? If I make this 1 ball, I've got a good chance to get from the 2 to the 4. 7's basically a duck. Okay. Using some skills. Just a clean, straight delivery here. Not like that 8 ball before. Okay. That, that's unfortunate. You don't want to be on the rail, but at least I shot it in. This would be a nice way to take it back a little bit, where he pushes to something kind of silly, and I run out from here. Am I coming across this to get up above the 4? That's ambitious. Nudge the 4. Pretty stinky. Snip off the 4 here to get out on the left side of the 9 from the 7. Like leave the cue ball here, 7 ball, come out this way. Nice. More confident. Instead of having to mess with all that, now I can just draw back across table. And it's that very familiar 9 and 10 ball setup that we've seen a couple times in this tournament. I like the accuracy of my draw stroke from here, but I think just for good measure, yeah, you go into the rail. I'm either above or below the 9. If I'm straight on it, that would be pretty unfortunate. Can I just snip back up and take the 10 in the same corner? Use the rail. It's a good play. All right, now this is pod racing. It's gonna feel good to take that game. Getting saved here. He's got to get the 1 away from the 3 and then leave me under the 4, probably. Just a stop shot if he's got enough of the 1. Yeah, nice touch. Unless it went up above the 3 and I have a piece of it. Or even a makeable line. That'd be pretty goofy if he gave me a shot at the 1. Looks like he did. No, he didn't. Not quite. Sends it into the short rail. Trying to get safe, just create some distance. Get down in there, cue ball. That's okay. Jerry can jump though. I think he clears the 6 ball and maybe plays a rail first on the 1. Yeah, he just walked up with his jump cue. He knows what he's doing. Nice touch. Lands right on the 2. It's pretty cool. Now, do you take the right shot and play the 2 in the corner so that the cue ball comes out and across for the 3? Or do you cinch the 2 and end up playing safe on the 3? Because you can shoot the 2 straight in the side. Maybe he's got an angle to work with? I see. That's actually the right shot. Instead of taking it in the corner. Just draw straight back. Now look who's using the rails to get shape. Let's come and figure out the 5 ball. Does it pass the 9? Probably. If he's straight on the 5, and the 6 probably goes in the top left. This is lining up. It's a good play. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Very unfortunate. He hit that 6 pretty good. I think maybe just not the right way to move it, you know? Could you have rolled through that, come out 2 rails again to get a look at the 7? It's that power draw off the side rail that can be really hard to control and hard to predict, especially if you don't know exactly where you're sending the cue ball or the object ball into the pocket. I will be very happy to clean this up if he hands me back ball in hand. Looks like he's calling the A ball in the pocket. I'm not sure if it's the 7 or the 8. But this is do or die. Makes the hit. How does it finish? Yeah. Here again, opportunity for a safe. Because it's kind of a weird shot. You can make the 7 from here, but it's thin. You're going to go with low outside. Just go into this with the high ball, right? Send the 7 up and away. Cue ball rolls down into the short rail and gets glued on the 10. Or split it. Cue ball goes here, 7 ball goes here. Got away from me. Was trying to like just do a stop shot. I don't think I had the right angle for that. I misjudged it. Got a little greedy and misjudged it. I was trying to just stop shot, glue him under the 10 and send the 7 ball away. But I think I knew it. Like subconsciously I knew it, and then consciously I tricked myself into thinking I could pull that off. Bad decision. It's gonna hurt you for that one. He gets hooked, but he might not care too much about this because he knows he can jump this 9. Man, he put me in a pretty good position to clean this up. You can see some frustration coming through for Jerry here. And I think, you know, maybe he's kind of on his heels too because he knows we're on the backside of double elimination. Oh boy. Give me a shot, Jerry. I'll take that. I will take that. Makes a good hit. He's got a good jump shot, but that one's a little harder than it looks. He might have taken it for granted, honestly. Because the back cut's a little funny from down there. Little check side here. Follow with check side to come across. Get neat for the 10. A lot of shoulds here. Should get out. That will do. Make them unmissable. No way I missed this one, right? No, I know how to do it. Yikes. Raise to 2. Who's feeling it? He's giving me ball in hand. No, he's not. Okay. Does the 1 ball go past the 2? Probably. It'll probably slide right in. Might just pop this in. Stop shot from here and then take a cut on the 2. Yeah, that works. Might have to get across the 3 like this. I'm gonna flirt with the 4 and the 9 a little bit. 4 to the 5's not too bad. 6 might go past the 7. Are we getting overly ambitious here of starting to see a full run out? We know in rotation these first few shots are the hardest, so really bear down on those. But I got away from the 1 ball pretty clean. This one's kind of the key shot, it would appear. Okay, so I'm looking at, do I go above or below the 4? You got to really commit. Pretty good recovery. Got a lot out of that cue ball. Just taking turns here. It's funny with we're this deep. I mean, you see all the other tables are empty, you know? You would think that this deep into the bracket, they would space them out. Like, why'd they put us? Okay, so I can appreciate from one perspective. It makes it easier for the refs, I guess, but I don't know. Players paid to be here. That's okay. Definitely could have gotten a bit more out of the cue ball there. I think I just let up on it. So yeah, does the 6 ball actually go? I think it does. Now I have to thin the 4, go down to the short rail here, and then slide back up. Probably with some side spin to kind of check it. Nice. Oh, the spin took so nice. Okay. Below the 6 and play it in the bottom left. I'm looking at it again, so it must be tight. It looks like it goes from the camera, but... Do I try to short side it? Don't love that. This might be the play. Just get below the 6. I would prefer to miss the 5. Bummer, that was starting to feel like a good run. It was a good run. It was. Made the 6 a little funky. I wonder if that's what messed it up, is that I was trying to develop the 6, so it threw off the 5. Now that I'm looking at it, the 8-10 is not a cakewalk here. He'll probably have to play the 7 to get below the 8, shape it in the bottom right. Wanted to come out and across. He did well to get onto the 6. Just to get across table to try to move the 6, but... Let's see what happens here. Just a simple safe, kind of nudge it. Make me deal with it. You'd like to go thin off the 6 and put him behind the 8. Seems kind of hard to judge. You just don't want to sell out the 6 because it's naturally going to send the 6 down towards the 7, towards the pocket. This is okay though. I think I got there. That's okay. It's hittable. He can jump at it. He can kick at it. You know, he's very unlikely to give up ball in hand from here, but just have to try to limit his options. Whoa. Man, he played that pretty well. The line was really good. He knew he had to hit it with pace to tighten it up. So I didn't, clearly, you know, didn't hide him from it. Back cut looks a little weird from here. Shooting it in the corner means that you're coming away from the 6 and you have to go out and around to land on the 7. Yeah, these can be a little hard for me to judge, so I'm just trying to find a better way to sight this line. I think out and around is the way to go here. I tried to come across. Well, you sure did get onto the 7 ball. back cutting the 7 to go towards the 10 and the 8, try to open it up? Or am I going to slide across and try to stay under the 8? Can stay under it. Overrolled it a little bit. I felt like, looking at it on the monitor here, it seemed like it was way closer to the 7 than it actually was. It wasn't too terrible. This is the clutch shot. Probably have to come into it with some pace to spread the 10 away from the 9. Unless I stun off the 8 and stay under the 10, slide over. Looks like that's what I'm going to try to do. Good recovery. You better take a breath. Just a stop shot here, man. I'm going to get real silly. You could just play a stop shot from here and take a bit of a cut. I'm going to try to get on the other side of the 10. Wow, I went for it. It worked out. I don't know if I needed to do that, but when it's there, it's there. Just working a little too hard here, right? Not making it look easy. But that will do. That'll put me on the hill. Just a moment ago, it was 2-2 race. I feel like those first couple racks, he had me dead to rights, right? You know, he's just like the safety safety play wasn't going for me. Oh, can I get out from here? 1 to the 2 is weird. That would be too much to ask in this tournament, would be to break and run on the hill. This is a tough 2-ball. Happy to be on the 1. I might have to just rip the cue ball straight back down to get a look at the 2 and then play safe. You know, if I get the cue ball down here, then I shoot the 2 ball up, stop the cue ball there. Probably the highest percentage play. I just don't really see moving the cue ball somewhere else. Played safe. Put him behind the 6. Interesting, you know, with an open shot on the 1, instead of risking not ending up on the 2, I decided to try to get ball in hand. Kick's kind of tough here. I don't know if the jump is on for him. Maybe a dart could get you over the 6. Calls it in the side. Missable. Got what I wanted. Let's see if I can capitalize. Starting to look like my better self, though. I'm planning my specific line on the long rail where I want to be on the 2. 4, 5, 6 or connect the dots. There's really not a lot of work to do to get from the 6 to the 7. This is a cool choice too. Instead of sort of coming across the 1 to get into the line, I could just use the straight in to the side pocket and roll into my area so that I see where I'm going. They're both viable, to be clear. Like, you can definitely very accurately, very repeatably play that across table shot. Because, yeah, I mean, you know, you overroll this, then things start to get a little funny. And I think, like, clinically speaking, you know, more like professionally speaking, more players would do this to get on the 2. Still in recovery territory, though, like, coming into the 10. I'm going to find my game in the last rack of this set. I'm not mad about that. You know, at least I found him. He's in there somewhere. But saving the best till last. A little past the shot line here to make sure I stay on the right side of the 6. It's funny. Yeah, this guy should have showed up at rack 2. It was a wild week, though, guys. Just like crazy stuff in the hotel and family stuff and personal stuff and whatever else. It'll get you. Yeah. Good kind of composure here, taking my time. This is my good tempo. Strokes dialed in. Ideally, I want to be below this 9 ball a little bit so that I get up above the 10. They both go in the top left. But if I end up straight on the 9 or above the 9, which maybe I am, I'd be fine to just roll below this 10 ball and take it in the bottom left. Probably what's going to happen here. A little bit more pressure for the final shot, but should be workable. Yeah, that'll do. Cool. That's a good way to shut it down. Good match. I hope you guys like this one. I had a lot of fun commentating this one. Like I said, it's been a while since this tournament, so some of it is like fresh to me again. You know, I don't remember all of it. And then some of it I intimately remember, like sort of figuring it out here in this last rack, and it's fun to see that again. Especially being a little more distanced from the game as I feel right now. Not practicing a lot, and my whole basement's torn up due to a renovation, and trying to get my pool table set up again. So it's been kind of a crazy ride here since the move. But if you stuck around until the end, thank you. You are the real ones. I always appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you, you know, in equal measure. But yeah, so many great supporters out there. It's been really fun having you along for this. Make sure you do the YouTube stuff. Hit the like button. Share it with friends if you can think of someone who doesn't already know about my channel. Just looking to grow a little bit this year. Trying to get content out there more regularly, and I do want to try to get back to live streaming once like new baby life settles a little bit, if that happens. I'm not sure that's a real thing, but yeah, just working on it. Thanks for helping me grow. Thanks for being here. Feel free to drop comments, like, and subscribe, and I will get more out there again soon.